totally doodly there, neighborinos. Hope you're having a flanderific day. I'm here with G. He's here.
Hello.
Oh, there. I was gonna say, you're just gonna have to believe me. He's here. I'm not schizophrenic, I swear.
No, I'm just gonna stay quiet the entire stream.
Honestly, next time you can't make it to a stream, I should just be like, alright, G. Thank you, G. That's great. Just pretend like you're here the entire time.
Gee, you got any opinions? All right, sounds good. All right.
Very insightful, very insightful.
Am I lagging?
Oh, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even have. Let me go ahead and throw you up on my computer here. I can't have you on my phone.
Oh, that's not what I was talking about.
Oh no, you sound
There's
beautiful.
like a little bit of a delay between when I talk and you talk.
Oh no, you sound beautiful. What the hell is going
I am
on?
beautiful.
What? Oh.
What do you mean what's going on?
I clicked onto your stream and I was like, what is this alien shit? And here it's like an apartments.com ad. I was like thinking you were playing some like weird like alien shit or something. It's like that's a really bizarre like thing to play while we're talking about Jesus, but it's your stream, G.
What chapter were we on? 14?
I'm on 18.
Nope. 18? Holy crap.
Yeah.
How many have I missed?
I think it might have only been like one or two. I think I went through like one or two or three chapters in an episode or two. Because sometimes when you're out here... sorry. I didn't say this for everyone like watching, but G knows. I'm very tired. So I'm going to be like very tired.
So we're going to take one verse from Matthew 18, not one verse, one chapter.
Oh, I was going to say, are we going to like popcorn read it? Where we each get a verse? No, that would be way too
I'll read
crazy.
the whole thing if you want me to.
Okay, if you want to read the whole thing, I guess. Or do you want to do
it's not a,
do you want to do half?
You
want to do a half and half?
Hey, it's up to you, bro. I'm good if you're tired. If you want to just make commentary.
Okay, all right.
Excuse me.
Well, I'll do that then, because I am like dying. But yeah, we'll follow along.
Alright, hopefully the music is not too loud. I think it'll be fine. I kind of adjusted the levels. Alright, at the time, the disciples came to Jesus and asked, "Who then is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" He called a little child to him and placed the child among them. And he said, "Truly I tell you, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, whoever takes the lowly position of this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Whoever welcomes such child in my name welcomes me." That was a good verse.
Yeah. Oh, is that the end of like the header?
Any input? So I'm gonna stop whenever there's a header.
Okay.
A new headline.
Cool. Yeah. No, I feel like this is pretty on par with the rest of the Bible. I feel like children are very, very, very important in the eyes of God. And yeah, no, it does make sense because like you think of like the way that like kids act, and you have to tell them to like be careful around like strangers and shit because they just don't see the world that way. And yeah, but that's
Right.
yeah. I don't have anything else to add on to this.
Alrighty. Verse 6. No, you're good. You're good. If anyone causes one of these little ones, those who believe in me, to stumble, it would be better for them to have a large millstone, goodness, hung around their neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea. Woe to the world because of the things that cause people to stumble. Such things must come, but woe to the person through whom they come. If your hand or your foot causes you to stumble, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to enter life maimed or crippled than to have 2 hands and 2 feet and be thrown into the eternal fire. Excuse me, I just ate dinner, so I'm going to be burping a lot.
You're all good.
And if your eye causes you to stumble, gouge it out and throw it away. It is better for you to enter life with 1 eye than to have 2 eyes and be thrown into the fire of hell.
Wait, what the? This is weird. In my translation, it goes verse 8, verse 9.
What the what? What was weird?
What the what? Get the out of here. But it's like verse 8, verse 9, and then it's verse 10, but verse 10 is blank. There is no verse 11, and then it moves on to verse 12.
Yeah, mine does the 2.
So what's verse 10 and 11?
Well, I have 10. 10 is see that you do not despise one of these little ones, for I tell you that their angels. Wow, I said angels. That their angels in heaven always see the face of my Father in heaven.
Okay.
And then 11.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Of Luke 19:10.
Sorry, you kind of cut out there for a sec. One more time.
This delay is kind of. It's a little bit delay between when I talk and you talk, and so
Here,
it's a little weird.
I'm gonna switch off of the Wi-Fi and I'm gonna see if it makes it better.
Okay.
I know that sounds counterintuitive, but that's Spectrum for you. What were you saying earlier before we started talking about that? Something about verse 11?
No, I was saying that verse 11 apparently includes. It says on my translation, it says some manuscripts include here the words of Luke 19:10.
Oh.
If you want to pull that up, you can.
Yeah, I will. And while I'm pulling this up, Luke 19:10, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I feel like for the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost, is what it says.
There you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when it says, when it caused them to, like, go astray, I feel like it's not only talking about just, like, children, I feel like it's talking about, like, false prophets in general, you know, like, Jesus is not gonna be very happy with you if you're going around and saying completely wrong shit that you know is wrong for, like, I guess whatever reason. Doesn't really matter your reasoning behind doing it. And then just essentially, like, I don't remember if it was you and me that were talking about this, how you gotta, like, it's not enough to just repent. You have to, like, have a plan to not sin the next time, basically. And that's, I think, what Jesus is getting at with this. Like, cut your hand off and your foot off and cut your eyeball out.
Right.
But of course, he doesn't mean it like literally. I feel like I just gotta like throw that little asterisk in there. Of course, he doesn't mean it literally.
Right. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out why my
No, you're good.
computer is running like crap.
I maybe it stinks. Did you ever consider that? You know, I'm gonna pick up with verse 12. I want to do a little bit of reading.
In a Creative Cloud.
So,
That's all the other process is.
while you're
keep going.
yeah, while you're fixing that, I'm gonna continue on. What do you think a man does who has 100 sheep and one of them gets lost? Oh, thanks. I'm assuming you're talking about me. He will leave the other 99 grazing on the hillside and go look for the lost sheep. When he finds it, I tell you, he feels far happier over this one sheep than over the 99 that did not get lost. In just the same way, your Father in heaven does not want any of these little ones to be lost. If your brother sins against you, go to him and show him his fault, but do it privately, just between yourselves. If he listens to you, you have won your brother back. But if he will not listen to you, take one or two other persons with you, so that every accusation may be upheld by the testimony of two or more witnesses, as the scriptures say. And if he will not listen to them, then tell the whole thing to the church. Finally, if he does not listen to the church, treat him as though he were a pagan or a tax collector. And so I tell all of you, what you prohibit on earth will be prohibited in heaven, and what you permit on earth will be permitted in heaven. Alright, I am going to take a quick break here to discuss some of this stuff, because I feel like a lot happened here. And like I said, I don't have the headers, so I'm playing a bit fast and loose with the rules. The rules! Like, Fairly Odd Parents and the big muscly dude. Oh. Well, G's computer is broke. Oh no. Alright, well G's got some technical difficulties. I'm gonna see what he says real quick. And how he's doing. Oh, he's here. Hello. So great to have you back. We all missed you so much.
Hey, I'm back. That sounds so sarcastic.
It did, but it really did sound sarcastic. I didn't mean it in a sarcastic way, though.
Is it Opera? Is Opera running all of... Is Opera killing my computer? What's killing my computer?
I mean, maybe. Opera's not very good. I prefer jazz. So, did you hear all that I had read?
No.
No? Oh,
I kind of died halfway through.
damn. Well, I made
Hopefully
it.
it's better now. It looks like it's running better now.
I mean, you're here and you exist.
Nope, it's not running better now.
Oh. Well, like I said, you're still here and you still exist.
I might
Basic.
not be able to stream. I might just chill.
Oh, okay.
Thank you guys. Head over to Ultra's channel. If you want to hear the rest of it, I'm gonna try to
Hit that raid. Hit that raid.
my computer cannot die. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Remember to go forth and fight with honor. And I'll see you in the next one. God bless. Sorry about that. That's crazy.
Nah, you're all good. You're all good. It's technology, brother. Fucking just the worst. But basically I got to verse 18, and I hadn't got to like
Okay.
I hadn't even got into any of the meat or potatoes of that verse. Um, uh, yeah. So verse 12 through like 14. This is why it's like so important that we go out and we try to like tell other people about Jesus and like try to spread the teachings of Jesus. Because again, right there, like every time that like someone sees the light, like that's like I don't know the phrase or like the words I'm looking for, but that's I guess I hate when people say this because it again I feel like it's so counterintuitive to the whole point, but like rewards in heaven, massive rewards in heaven. That is that. Again, I feel like I wish I could find like a better phrase for that because I'm not a big fan of that. But you know,
Right.
um, and then 15 through 17 is pretty cool. Because it's just being like you know you don't need to go out and post all of your problems to TikTok. Um, I mean, yeah, just I guess be respectful to people, you know. Or like, I mean, if you are gonna go out and like talk about a problem that you're having, like maybe don't go out and just throw everyone's name out involved in it. Maybe, you know, maybe you can talk about like something that's going on, but you know, don't try to put that person on blast is what that's saying. Unless they really, 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 really need to be put on blast. Well, I mean, I guess that's not even entirely what it's saying. Well, yeah, I guess that kind of is. Treat him as though he were a pagan or tax collector. I guess that's Jesus time talk for put him on blast. And then verse 18, I think that is like wildly important there. And so I tell all of you what you prohibit on earth will be prohibited in heaven, and what you permit on earth will be permitted in heaven. Honestly, that's why we gotta try like following as strictly to the Bible as we can. I mean, I don't think that's like literally saying that, because obviously sin can't be allowed in heaven, but like, I'm too tired for this, G. You want to tackle this? I feel like this is a very, very important verse that's telling us that we need to do better. But I'm too tired and I don't feel like I've got the theological muscles to flex here.
Alright, let me talk about verse 18.
Verse 18, yeah.
Truly I tell you, whatever you bind on earth will be bounded in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Okay, I was just reading. My app has notes where on certain verses, so I was just reading those.
I gotcha.
But yeah, I think he's just saying, be careful what you like choose to hang around with, and even then, throw my phone everywhere.
Oh no, yeah, I was gonna say I heard that. Sounded like it hurt. I fell,
Yeah,
G.
it's just my phone. No, so talking about like storing up treasures in heaven, yeah, he's not talking about like earthly things. I think he's more talking about like friendships and what are the words? Like service, not opportunities, but like all the fruits of the spirit that you get, and all the Christianly things that you bind on earth will be bound in heaven.
Yes.
It's just like cut off all your old baggage, because when you do that, then it'll be thrown away in heaven. And then, like also, like try to store up godly things so that way they can be stored up in heaven.
Yeah, I feel like it's a better way of saying what I was trying to say.
Excuse me.
You're excused.
Alright, what verse are we on? 19?
19.
Again, truly I tell you that if... Wow. For some reason I can't read the red text.
Oh no, the red text is the most
if,
important.
right? I can't read it out loud, apparently. Anyways, again, truly I tell you that if two of you on earth agree about anything they ask for, it'll be done for them by the Father of heaven. For where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am there with them. So I will say,
he's
lots
here
of these
with us
verses
right now.
People use for the prosperity gospel of saying like, oh yeah, if you believe that, you'll get $1 million. God will provide it for you.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily what these verses are talking about. They're mainly talking about, like I said earlier, about godly things. So another verse that people like to quote in the prosperity gospel is, oh crap, I had it and now it's eluding me. It's something like, believe in me and I'll give you the desires of your heart.
Okay.
So a lot of people are like, yeah, if you just believe in God, then he'll become a millionaire, or he'll take care of you and give you a lavishly good home and a really good family.
That didn't work.
That's not what he's talking about.
Yeah, that didn't work out so well for like all of the early church leaders. None of them became like billionaires that were massively successful and everybody loved them, and no, they were crucified upside down and dragged through the streets and boiled alive, and yeah.
So I think what these verses are talking about, in the same way that other verse, is that when you believe in God, God starts changing your thought process. God starts changing your heart
Mm-hmm.
and to align with God's will. And so as you start aligning with God's will, then your desires become God's, and that's when he starts providing those.
Right. And we also have to realize that like God has his plan too. So I mean, just because you go out and you're like, man, I really want a yacht, That doesn't mean that God is gonna be like, "Oh, well, fine, let me go ahead and like add this into the plan real quick. You get a yacht, like.
Hang on, let me pull it out of my inventory.
Right. Like, yeah, I've heard someone. It was actually, as a matter of fact, that one guy that we were watching. I think this was in another one, and I was like, that Taylor Welsh or something. And I didn't dig this one so much, but oh no, I've just totally lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, I'm so tired.
No, you're good.
Oh no.
Want to just continue?
Yeah, I guess we can just continue. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. I haven't had like a day off this week, 'cause I told my boss that since he's going out of town for his and his wife's anniversary, that I would watch the shop for like 2 days. Little did I know that we would all have to start working like massive overtime. And I had already like agreed to do that shit for him like way before the overtime. So I didn't, like want to be a dick or whatever and like cancel at the last second. So
Right. It is totally fine, Ultra. I will carry us
yeah,
to
curious.
the finish line. I want to read all of this because this is all one thing.
Read.
Then Peter came to Jesus and asked him, Lord, how many times shall I forgive my brother or sister who sins against me? Up to 7 times? Jesus answered, I tell you, not 7 times, but 77 times. Therefore, the kingdom of heaven is like a king who wanted to settle accounts with his servants. As he began the settlement, a man who owed him 10,000 bags of gold was brought to him. Since he was not able to pay, the master ordered that he and his wife and his children and all that he had be sold to repay the debt. At this, the servant fell on his knees before him. Be patient with me, he begged, and I will pay everything back. The servant's master took pity on him and canceled the debt and let him go. But when the servant went out, he found one of his fellow servants who owed him 100 silver coins. He grabbed him and began to choke him. Pay back what you owe me, he demanded. His fellow servant fell to his knees and begged him, be patient with me, I will pay it back. But he refused. Instead, he went off and had the man thrown into prison until he could pay the debt. When the other servants saw what had happened, they were outraged and went and told their master everything that had happened. Then the master called the servant in. You wicked servant, he said, I cancel all the debt of yours and because you begged me to. Shouldn't you have had mercy on your fellow servant just as I had on you? In anger, his master handed him over to the jailers to be tortured until he should pay back what he owed. This is how the Heavenly Father will treat each of you unless you forgive your brother or sister from your heart.
Nice. You have anything you want to?
Some harsh. I do. I'm gonna break it down.
Go ahead, break it down.
So that's some harsh words from Jesus right there, and God, but it is entirely necessary.
Definitely.
This parable, if you weren't following along, it's talking about since we are all inherently sinners, for all have fallen short of the glory of God, for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. God forgave us through the death of his son, Jesus Christ. As the entire point of Jesus' death is to forgive us of our sins. So why would we not pay that same respect to people that also have sinned against us or have caused us harm in the past? Now, Jesus says, I tell you, not 7 times, but 77 times. And some actually, some translations say 70 times 7. God is not saying you have to hit a marker with your forgiveness. It is an ongoing process. Forgiveness is something that has to be constantly given. It's something that I pray about constantly with the specific people who have wronged me in the past. But he's not saying you have to hit that 77 mark or that 70 times 7 mark. He's mainly saying it's a constant process, and you have to continue forgiving them until you forgive them fully from your heart. Is the entire point of this prayer.
Right. And something I'd like to add on is like you were saying, how it's a constant thing. You think about like how many times you sin, and it's like Jesus is constantly forgiving you for all of that. He didn't like die on the cross, and I mean it was just like I mean, I guess technically all of sin was immediately like, I mean, I guess like it was made up for, but like we haven't been born yet, so he's technically still like, you know, forgiving us for all of our sins. So, you know, we gotta like extend the same courtesy, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And it's hard. That is a very hard
True.
concept to wrap your head around, especially people that have done really horrible things to people.
True.
But it is freeing, in my opinion. I'll just give you an anecdote because I'm an open book. But with my whole ex situation, Ultra, I told Ultra a little bit about it. Actually, I don't know if I did tell you the whole story.
Yeah. You told me a fair amount of the story.
But that took me a while to actually forgive her for all the stuff that she put me through. And it took some really good friends, some really good godly friends that were helping me through it. But now, I feel like I can exist in the world again without having anger towards this person. And it's a really freeing process. So I encourage you, if you are harboring any malcontent or sadness or anger towards a specific person in your life, or a specific thing, I urge you to start the process of learning to forgive.
Yeah, and like you were saying, it's not easy. It's a process, but like.
And pray about it, yeah.
Right. I was gonna say, growing closer to God will definitely help you like achieve that. I mean, I guess that can be said with almost anything, really.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any final thoughts that you want to add on, G?
No, I think that is it.
All right. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can remember to add on. Rip my thought on the prosperity gospel. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know my thoughts on it. Not a fan. Not a fan. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Anyone who may have watched, thank you for participating with me, G. I really appreciate it, and for carrying the stream so hard, carrying my sleeping dead body.
I got you. You carried me that one time I was dog tired, so it's fine.
Nice. That's what we're doing. Oh, I don't know if you heard me earlier when you read the verse that said, "Would 2 or 3 people gather in my name, I will be there." And I was like, he's there with us. But yeah, that's
he is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, thank you to the YouTube crowd who's gonna like and subscribe because they're gonna see this video tonight. That's right, tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.
Bye. I'm honestly probably just